What is it that can transform a virtuous soul into a malicious being, capable of deeds that defy the essence of human goodness? Could it be the concept of sin, the transgressions we commit against moral or divine laws? John Bunyan, a profound English writer and preacher from the 17th century, delved deep into the anatomy of sin in his work, A Caution to Stir Up to Watch Against Sin. His understanding of sin and its impact on human life is intricate and thought-provoking. Bunyan personifies sin as a beggar, initially asking for something small, a penny, a halfpenny. However, once given entry, it demands more, escalating from pennies to pounds, and eventually consumes the entire soul. It is a potent warning against indulging even minor transgressions, for they can rapidly grow into serious moral breaches. Sin, according to Bunyan, is not just a passive concept. It actively seeks to stay, bargaining for time, even a moment, within the human soul. It promises time for repentance, but once it gains a foothold, it may never leave. When begging and bargaining fail, sin turns to promises of reward. It offers worldly pleasures, even daring to outbid heaven, to win our love and acceptance. But these promises are treacherous and should not be trusted. Sin can also be a master of disguise, hiding its true nature behind a facade of beauty or harmlessness. It can divide itself, encouraging us to indulge in smaller sins while avoiding larger ones, creating a false sense of security. Even more insidiously, sin can distort our perceptions of virtue and vice. It can defile the soul and body, transforming those created in God's image into devilish figures. Once it enters the heart, it plays the tyrant, forcing its host to defy their own happiness and the divine laws. Bunyan warns that sin can harden the heart against God, making it abuse his grace and despise his punishment. It can lead a person to risk their soul and heaven for a single base lust. Sin is a prison with its bolts and chains, bringing those who yield into bondage. To summarize, Bunyan's perspective on sin is a cautionary tale. He paints a vivid picture of sin as an insidious, relentless force that escalates from minor indulgence to total domination. It beguiles with promises of reward, disguises its true nature, and distorts our perceptions of virtue and vice. It defiles the soul, plays the tyrant once inside the heart, and can harden the heart against God. Sin, in Bunyan's view, is a spiritual prison that brings its captives into bondage. Remember, the battle against sin starts with a single decision: to resist its initial allure. Be vigilant, for once sin enters, it may never leave. It is a beggar that demands more, a tyrant that enforces its rule, a prison that binds. Resist its beguiling promises, its deceitful disguises, and its distortions of virtue. Guard your soul, keep the door closed against sin, and maintain your freedom from its bondage.